our passion at Angel Water is about making people more healthy. And, that stems from a background of mine, which was in the medical world. And I felt like I was helping people with pharmaceuticals. But then I realized that actually doctors are just prescribing drugs. And it was this wheel. And I was just a cog in a wheel where we're selling more drugs. And really, people didn't look at the root of things. And looking at the root of things is very important, whether you're a monk looking to gain inner peace, or you're looking at me who wants to actually help people become more healthy. And so the root of good health is drinking good, clean water and eating good, healthy food and having clean air. And so my passion became water because I stumbled into it. I grew up with people that started this business over 50 years ago, and they wanted to sell it. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get out of the pharmaceutical world and get into water. And boy, shortly after I got into water, I realized that since we're made 60 to 70% water, our brain is 90% water, and our bodies are nothing but big vessels, which are filters. We're one big filter. That, there's not much. I don't think there's more of an important thing in order to maintain good health than drinking good, clean water, because water purifies the body. And so for me, I realized this. And so we've been on a mission to actually make people more healthy. And when I started visiting Blue Lotus Temple, where I met Bhante Sujatha here, we talked all about what I do. I think he needed a little help there. We were doing a little donation. And all of a sudden, I found out from Bhante that Sri Lanka, where he lives, or where he's originally from, there's some areas that the children are drinking toxic water. And we thought, wow, what a great thing. I can take a portion of all the sales that all of you at Angel Water, if you're a client, all of you have bought, and we take a portion of those proceeds and we sit it in a bank account. And then we put together it took me about a year to save up the money, but then we did our very first system with Bhante Sujatha, and he sent pictures and all these kids drinking clean water. And so I think I'd like to turn it over to you, Bhante. Could you please start out with, first of all, a little bit about you and the Blue Lotus Temple and what your mission is, and then we'll talk about the water systems.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much for inviting me for this interview. I'm so grateful to you. My name is Bhante Sujatha, Buddhist monk, originally from Sri Lanka. I was born and raised here. Age 10, I left home, and age 11, I became a Buddhist monk. Now, 40 plus years, I'm monking around. And so after I started the Blue Lotus Temple, now 22 years ago, outside of Chicago, Woodstock, I met Andrew and family, and I made the great connection with my life. Now choose loving kindness. So therefore, I'm doing lots of different projects in the United States, and mostly my charity is happening in Sri Lanka. I'm teaching them how to meditate with their belly, with the baby. So then I'm helping handicapped children. And this year I'm donating 150 wheelchairs for handicapped children, and doing a water filter to the school. I'm doing lots of charities because I always believe I can teach loving kindness to people sitting on the cushion, and I can talk about it. It's so fun and entertaining. But most of the time I experience, like Andrew, what he said, being in the pharmaceutical field, it doesn't make any sense to me. Then I realize I'm a preacher, right? I'm preaching. I don't like to consider I'm a preacher. I feel terrible when I feel like that, when people think about me like that. Finally, I thought more than the preaching to people, I had to do in action. These projects I call love in action. more than sitting on the cushion and talking about the love, compassion, and those things. That's what's happening in the world right now. I thought I want to go to the real world and talking with people, see what they are going through, experience their situation and problem. Then I put myself into the situation. I am here in this school, like like a student. How I feel when I'm drinking this kind of toxic water. So then I thought I want to do something. So then, I'm always believing, Andrew, when I have pure intention to do something for the world, when I put my intention to the world, universe will help me and guide me to do those work. So, thanks for the universe. What will happen when I have that intention? Andrew and Angel Water came to the show and they said, I'm ready to help. That's how we started the Angel Water project here in Sri Lanka. So
That
that's my background a little bit about our connection.
that's great. Yes. And so you help people purify their mind, and I help people purify their water, it sounds like.
Perfect. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because I mean, I think that, I want to see people live long, and you sort of want to help people live at peace and
Exactly.
share. And the way to love it, the way to peace is loving kindness. And so
Right, exactly.
really,
I saw something wonderful, Andrew, because now think about, you said you are taking care of the body, right? I'm taking care of the mind. This is the combination to bring peace and happiness and contentment to the world. Even sometimes I can see people are trying to find the peaceful life, but other side, their physical side is totally neglected. So, according to the true, real Buddhist teaching, body and mind is very important, is very connected. We have to balance it, even it. Otherwise, very difficult to balance. It is a wonderful thing. Thank you, Andrew.
no, it's very true. I mean, if we are a product of what we put in ourselves, right? I mean,
Mhm.
if you put in for your mind
Mhm.
bad things that are disturbing and harmful or hurtful, well, I mean, that's what you're going to get out. No different than if I consume high sugary foods or
Right.
high, cholesterol. Well,
Mhm.
sometimes cholesterol is good, but foods that are not good for my body, well, I'm
Mhm.
going to get something bad out, and that can also be in the mind, right? I mean, we
Right.
know that there's a direct correlation, and actually that goes way back to ancient Buddhist teachings, does it not?
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Andrew. So most of the time I'm teaching about loving kindness. When I'm teaching about loving kindness, I'm always telling people, practicing loving kindness, sitting on the cushion, may all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Very easy. Everybody can do it. But in real life, what it means, when people asking me what is loving kindness means, I'm always telling people taking care of your mind and taking care of your body, both part of the loving kindness. Sometimes I can see, Andrew, people are so into loving kindness practice, they're always thinking about something mental. So I'm always reminding people that's wrong. We are focusing on the loving kindness about our mind, keep our mind peaceful, then we have to keep our body also healthy and strong. So when I go to exercise, when I'm in the United States, when I go to the gym for the exercise, in Crystal Lake area, there's a called the place Health Bridge. And so when I go there, waters and practicing meditation, when they see me, the gym, right? So sometimes I can see these young people exercising. They have beautiful body, beautiful human beings, and they come to me and they walk around, on the track with me. Then I can see these beautiful bodies, well built, but their minds are suicidal, right? And so then I'm always thinking, look, now you are taking care of your body, but you are not taking care of the mind. Then I meet another group of people. They always talking about the mental health, terrible. They are not paying attention to it at all. They are not drinking enough. And so therefore I try to balance both of them in their life is very important to me. So that's what I'm teaching too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, if you think about our bodies, right? We're made of just two things, water and soil. And so you have to respect those two things as you put them into your body, no different than what you put into your mind. And I do agree with you. I mean, over all
Mhm.
the years I've worked with sick people back in the pharmaceutical days, there was an interesting correlation to a lot of the very sick people being
Mhm.
overweight, and even there were depression issues there. And so
Mhm.
where does depression come from? And, that's not having inner peace. But I love the fact that you work on loving kindness because it actually starts with you, right? We have to
Right,
start loving
exactly.
kindness right here. And it's like,
Right,
how do you treat yourself? Like, I love the fact that you go work out. Well, of course, you got to keep that body moving. I mean,
right,
you and I were just nothing but trillions of cells, and those
right.
cells need to produce electricity. Now, how do we
Mhm.
do that? Well, we
Mhm.
got food, we got water, and we have air. So you
Right.
have to get the air moving and everything moving in the body so that you can
Mhm.
actually get everything firing within the brain and within the body, the cellular structure. So I
Yeah.
love the fact that you said you touched on that.
Yeah, thank you. And also, I'm always reminding people when I'm teaching, Andrew, put your oxygen mask first before you assist other person. So that's why I said I can talk about loving kindness. Then I have to prove it to people. I'm doing it myself.
Oh, that's a good
That's
point.
why I said if I don't do that, then I become a preacher. And also, when I'm listening to you, I was thinking you are talking about the air and the nature and all those things. I think our thinking patterns, you are coming from the as a layperson, like a mundane world, right? So into this perspective, I'm coming opposite direction as a spiritual leader. Then we both met an angel water and the spiritual journey together in the middle ground. Now I believe we both are in holy ground. So being in this holy ground, we are trying to grow together ourselves, not only our, I know you are exercise person too, I know that.
Yeah.
And so when we are grow together and when we are taking care of ourselves, definitely we are going to have that strong feeling, whatever benefit I receive, I want to give it to the world. And also I'm so into the nature. One day if you come to Sri Lanka, meditation center me build here in Sri Lanka, you can see how much nature I'm taking care of here. I'm a big tree person and nature person. I love trees. Actually, I'm a tree hugger. I love plants. You can see our center. I plant lots of trees and plants and things. I'm always telling my staff here because they are my babies. They are my children. I'm talking to them every morning when I'm going down from my room to the kitchen area. And I don't know, I feel I can separate myself from this nature, air, trees, animal, everything. I feel I'm connected to everything in this universe. So this is a great combination.
Well, I mean, I think, my background was science, and I think even one of the biggest scientists, which is Einstein, said that we are all connected, right?
Right.
Everything is connected and it's all
Right.
energetic. And if everything
Right.
is all energetic, then I mean, we are a lot of ways speaking the same language but from two different perspectives.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I love that. And so thank you for sharing that with me. And hopefully people that want to understand what exactly happened now between us and how we met. And I love that. And boy, we do resonate with helping people. I mean, to me, the magic in life, actually, there's a great line, the secret to living is giving. And so if
Mhm.
we can give people that experience of loving kindness or understanding that starts with you and then that radiates out, or
Mhm.
I can give someone the experience of drinking and eating healthier, and then that makes your body healthier so that your brain is more clear. Those are two things that I think totally resonate together. So that's why I'm very fortunate we met. I've learned a great deal from you, and hopefully maybe there's a little that you learned from me. But
Right.
what I'd love to do now is just go through, if you could explain to us the three different schools that have benefited from the program. I would be
Mhm.
most grateful to you just describing to us a little bit about who they were, what their water problems were, and how it
Mhm.
benefited everyone there.
Yeah. Northeast of Sri Lanka is a very dry zone. And also they are the area, most of the all the big farmlands, especially rice field, and some vegetable too. And that area, water is a groundwater is all because of the chemicals, and also plus now chemicals is coming to the water too because of the all the farming.
Mm.
So most sad part for me, uh, what I experienced those and also teeth problems, and it's affected that.
So, so you're saying that there's,
Even Andrew, can you even believe children dying because of this situation, because of the Yeah. Hello, Andrew.
yeah, I'm sorry, I just broke up there,
Can
Bante.
you hear me,
Yes, we can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Andrew?
Yes, can you hear us?
Right.
Bante, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, could you repeat a little bit about, we
Yeah,
lost you right around,
I can.
you talked about where the water or where
Yeah,
the
I
chemicals.
do. Zone, that area, groundwater is itself is bad, right? Because of the way it's formed, and also now people that area are doing lots of farming, because most of the rice field, and also some other produce too. So now uh, people adding chemicals. Now those chemicals get into the water. So therefore, children dying, kidney disease. Lots of children dying from the kidney disease is affecting to their skin, their brain, and every cells in their physical body. Now, recently that area, the one of the president opened the big hospital for kidney disease people. So that many kidney disease affected by water. Lots of things happening. It's really sad when I go to that area, Andrew. When I'm looking those children, I feel they are dried. Their skin. I'm very careful person about what I'm putting into my body. And so when I see those beautiful children, I feel so sad. So then I saw the water they are drinking. There is a well. The well, when I'm looking at the well, I felt I want to kill myself. When I see that, because I felt so sad. Then everybody's keep asking me how we are going to have good water. Then one time I remember I donated, first my water filter project, I started donating that small water filters, like a small boxes. People can pour the water and drain them and get water, but it is not perfect like what you do, right? So, but it do something. I remember, I think I donated 150 of those small filters to those areas, each household. So
Wow.
that is how I started that. Then I met you and Angel Water. Then we started this project. So that's what I'm doing now. So when we are doing this water filters project, it's very interesting. I start with the school, right? When we do in the school, always, even the current water filter we are building right now from, sponsoring by you and the Angel Water. So principal called me few days ago. He asked me, "It is wonderful this water filter you guys are building. Now villagers keep coming to me and asking, can we have water from the school for the village too?" I said, then I contact the builder. I asked, is it okay to do that? Then he said, of course, some evening we are close. I love to give some water to the village too. Can you believe now, not only children now, villages also coming to the school and get the water. Then what they are doing, they are very poor. They are giving like maybe 100 rupees. This means like less than $1, right? When they get the water, then principal collecting those little money and keep in the school when they have any repairs or something coming in the filter changes, changing the filters, all those things. Then he said, I'm going to use that money to protect this water filter.
Oh, that's
So, it's a very interesting one school when I go there. And so, before I donate the filter, we all are in the school. Then I asked principal, where is your office? I said, then he said, this is my office. I said, this is your office. He gave his office to the water filter.
so
So that means he filter inside his room because he doesn't want to give power to anybody else because he's protecting is like a gem. I
wow.
had tears in my eyes. So he's putting a little table in the side and then the water filter next to it. Nobody cannot manage it. He's the only one managing the water filter. And that much is important to them. You can see how much angel water did affect in that community.
Oh,
It's
that's
so wonderful. And also one of my team members who is working with me, helping my charities here, he always going to those 3 schools. We already built those water filters. He check how they are maintaining it, how they are doing it. Is there any help they need it because they are poor people, they don't have money. They always, however, they try to figuring out the changing the filters after we build the all big filters. That's what happening right
oh my God, that's a great story. I love
now.
that. That just made my day today because I didn't even know that story that the villagers got to use the water and
Oh
he's
yeah,
taking the money to pay for the filters to get changed and maintain it.
right,
And you
right,
couldn't ask for a more beautiful situation, I think, than that.
right.
And
Yeah,
especially how it affects children, because I mean, every time you see a story, you're like, you want to help at least children because they can't fend for themselves. And,
right.
so that's why this was such a important project for me, is that I felt
Mhm.
like, wow, we really had impact with school students in your country and really made them more healthy. And then now to
Mhm.
even hear that it's extended a little further than that, it even makes it all that much better. So thank you for arranging that. So far there's been 3 schools that we've done that with, right?
Right. Yeah.
Great. And all of them,
Actually, Andrew, those 3 schools are doing so well. I
are
check
they?
on them after now I'm 2 weeks in Sri Lanka. I check on them. I check with the teachers, and they are doing so well. They are so grateful because when I see these children, they are happy, they are comfortable when they come and fill the water bottle from that tap. And then I saw one child just open it, then water is just running from the filter. Then one teacher came and educating the child, don't waste even one drop. Don't waste even one drop. You have to
Yeah.
hold the water and we have to be mindful. So these teachers are trying to be careful and teach children also. Sometimes, children, they don't have awareness. They open the, tap and fill the water. Sometimes water is running, right?
Yeah.
But teachers are very concerned. Don't waste the water.
I
That's
love
you,
it. Well,
you
and
are
they're right.
wasting somebody's water. Yes. Hi, Michael. Happy to see
Hi.
you. Yeah.
Hi, Michael.
Good.
So maybe
Hey,
you can
Andrew.
introduce Michael here real quick for us, Bante.
Yeah, so Michael is my longtime student and friend. I know him almost 26, 27 years. I met him when he was 19. Now he's a handsome old man. Sorry, just a joke. And so,
Yeah. The handsome part is the joke.
now he's my assistant and personal assistant, my best friend. And he also living in Sri Lanka, born and raised in Michigan and living in Sri Lanka. And we are the co-founders of the Blue Lotus, not the Blue Lotus, Sanatha Suvaya, our meditation center here. And he's the director and he's managing our center, living in Sri Lanka, married to a Sri Lankan girl. And he's more than me, he's Sri Lankan. And
Oh,
without him, Andrew, I cannot do my charities. Michael is the one putting everything to the perspective. I'm the one doing the show. All the behind the hard work, Michael doing all the hard work behind me. You know, Michael, this is a little interview for Angel Water.
Yeah,
So
so
we are.
this is live. Oh, we're recording this, and so we're going to be
Oh
playing it on our
my. I
YouTube
had no
channel.
idea we were recording. I apologize. I was tardy. I just saw Bonte's message. I'm here in Michigan doing, we've got some family stuff happening. And so I was caught up in that, turned around and saw the message on my phone. It's wonderful. So we're going to be talking right now to the Angel Water family, right?
Yes, we're going to send this link out to most of the clients that have been customers of ours that have become our clients so that they can actually understand what a portion of the profits of our sales went to. Bonte already shared, looks like a lot of the work you did, and he's taking the credit for it. But I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But the fact is that we learned already about the schools and how everyone's benefiting, including some of the people who live in the villages around it, which it just fills my heart to see, to hear that these things are all happening. Congratulations on marrying a woman from Sri Lanka.
Yep.
That's very nice, and you must live there. You must like it. And
I-
so we're just wrapping it up right now. But Bonte, one thing that I did want to share with you, just so that you can maybe explain it simply for those students that are being very conservative with the water, it is important because when you run the water through that reverse osmosis system, it's starkly different, completely different than the filter that you gave out before. The filter you gave out before was a great first step, but that takes out some of the stuff in the water. But the only way to get out toxins that actually cause cancer, kidney, liver, all those kind of illnesses is actually to strip the water of everything. You have to take everything off the water droplet because the filter doesn't know if it's a mineral or if it's a toxin. So we got to get it all off. And then we add minerals back to the water. So the good thing that we have there at your school is the ability to be able to take all the toxins of all the schools there. They take the toxins out, not knowing what exactly we're dealing with, but we know that in the family of contaminants out there, we get out most of them. And then, so I do think that that's a good reminder, Michael. If you go to visit those schools, we want to remind them to be very precious with that water. And we're just overjoyed with the fact that we're able to help contribute to young children and families in that area. And that's, I mean, that's what that's the whole point, Michael. You missed it earlier. I mean, I think Bonte and I resonate with the old line that's out there, like the secret to living is giving. And so if it's a health perspective or a mental health perspective, we were able to serve people. And, I don't think that there could be anything better in this life than doing that. So,
Well, I realize,
thank you so much, Andrew, giving those information. So I want to learn a little bit more because Michael knows in the beginning we started this water filter project donating those little units. Remember, Michael, long time ago, that's how we started. I know that's not the perfect job and the cleansing the water, but what we are doing with you, I know they are doing really well. So other thing I want to ask you, Andrew, because now this is the third time we are doing end of this month, we are going to donate. Michael is coming soon to Sri Lanka. So after that, end of this month, we are going to donate that new water filter to the school. We all are going because it's beautiful how they are grateful when we are visiting. They are escorting us to the school with the band and all those things. That much they are grateful. So my point for you, one day I'm asking you and a couple of your team members in the Angel Water, maybe you can visit Sri Lanka and you can see and you can feel what we are doing, how much is effect into this children's life. I think then you feel more connected to this project. I know certain things when I'm sharing with you, I felt even from the 10,000 miles away, I felt your face and your energy, your facial muscles are changing. Then I was thinking, if he sees it in real faces, in the real project, it will be more effect in your mind and more you can give to the world. So therefore, I'm so grateful to you and the Angel Water. I'm using the Angel Water all the time in my home and in the United States. Wonderful company is easy to connect with. Every time when I'm connecting with your office, they are wonderful. They are very welcoming. When I go to your office, even they know me. Hi, Bante, how are you doing? That's how your workers are talking to me. I'm going home like that. That's why I'm always walking to your office. So therefore, I'm so grateful. Michael, you have anything to share for last?
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful, to have this opportunity to speak to you, Andrew, and also, just to get an opportunity to address the Angel Water family. I would love to kind of just add an American voice. I've been in Sri Lanka for more than 15 years. In so many ways, it feels like home. And there are so many things that I've become accustomed to. Each year when we travel around Sri Lanka, we get to see the faces and the reactions of people when they're seeing Sri Lanka. And it reminds me of what it's like to experience a developing nation. What's amazing about Sri Lanka is that although they don't have much in the way of facilities, they have so much determination. They have very hardworking, dedicated teachers. They have loving communities. And in the communities that we've donated, well, that you've donated these water filters, these are Bante's exactly right. They welcome us as though we were royalty. They bring us in with the parade, and there's so much fanfare and appreciation. But it's remembering that these filters are in areas that are so far off the grid. These are farming communities. You're talking about pesticides, fertilizers, all the runoffs, the high incidences of kidney diseases, and other things that are happening in these areas. There's a crucial need, and it serves not only the school, but it serves the families. The families are conserving water. When I first, just a quick story for your people, because it changed my life, this thing. For when I was living in the temple, I lived in Bante's temple. I lived in Bante's old room, and I used to wash my clothes by hand. I did that for more than almost 2 years, washing the clothes by hand. And Bante would come into my bathroom, and he would see a big, he'd say, "Where's your water basin?" And I say, "I don't know. What do you mean?" He says, "No, you have to keep a bucket full of water." And I never did it. I never did it. And sure enough, the water went out. In Sri Lanka, they know how to survive without things. They know how to conserve the water. They know how to conserve the food, the electricity. They're very good for that. And it's not until you've been without water that you know what it's like to have to stretch it out, to be washing your hands over your dishes and things like that. And so these people know that life. They have that experience, and they don't have the pure drinking water, and they know that the water they're drinking is making them sick. And so to do this, the families come, drop the children off. They've got their barrels. They're out there. They're filling up their water. They're taking that home. They're returning. So you're not getting just that good water into the children, but you're also getting it into the community. We've seen it in a few communities now. It's an absolutely amazing thing to be doing. It's very meritorious, and it's a gift. So
Well, Michael, I
yes,
think
please, you have to come. Bante's right. It's still, my words are nothing. You have to see
you
it.
guys have talked me into it. Well, Michael, it's not just us. It's a team, right? It's a team effort. Without knowing both of you, we would never be able to impact people's lives. And by the way, my secretary, my assistant, she gave me a magic wand. This is why all the people at Angel work so well, is because I have magic over them all.
There
But
it is.
that's why, Bante, every time you come in, they're very kind. But honestly, we're blessed to work with really great people. They're angels in their own mind, or in their own well-being. And Michael, I appreciate you sharing that with us, because that's great. That's a great way, I think, for us to summarize this whole wonderful interview with Bante and you, and the people that are out there. And I'm sure that we're going to take this video and post in the pictures of the very first one that we did with you, and the second one, and then we'll look forward to getting the third row of pictures, the third program with those children and the people there, and how it's affected them. And so again, I think that I can't wait for us to keep doing more. And so again, I want to congratulate you both and say thank you for helping us make that happen. And we're grateful to be part of that whole thing.
Congratulations to you and your team. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, it's a great deal of thanks to the Angel community.
Thank you. I'm so grateful.
Who trust us, and
Thank
who wanted to be able to impact people's lives by buying through Angel Water as well. And we're going to just continue to do that. Now I'm going to turn off the video here. So thank you again, all Angel people, for watching. We're grateful for all of you, and we hope that this was a
Thank you.
great way to
Thank you.
share the what you all did by joining the Angel Water family.